One thing I forgot to note verbally in my series that's already been noted either by Python and Selkin or the Tomb Portable, but at the end of the third trailer, Norman Reedus says,
yeah.
If you reverse this audio, you'll get what sounds like
Heian.
Quick shout out to the source of this find, Dream, aka Yurihana, of the unofficial Kojima Productions Discord, is the one who presented the discovery of the nah yeah being reversed. With that said, shout out to the unofficial Kojima Productions Discord. Check the description if you'd like to join and discuss theories about Death Stranding, MGS, Silent Hill, etc. This might seem random to an American, but it's a reference to an era in Japan known as the Heian period, or the Peace period. It was called this according to Wikipedia because it's when Buddhism, Taoism, and other Chinese influences were at their height in Japan. However, despite this era of Japanese history was not all peaceful. Uprisings, rebellions, suspended exports, and the takeover of the samurai class, which led to the feudal period of Japan. However, it was admired for being considered a high point in culture later on. My take on this being what Sam says at the end of the trailer is that it's a 1984 inspired clue, where because it's inverted, basically it means that Peace Day never came.
Peace Day never came. Every morning I wake up expecting it to come, but it is always 3 days away. That cannot be it. I have not woken up at all. It is just a dream. It is all a dream. I am in it, and you are in it too. I am the dreamer, but you are having my dream. Do you get it now? You do, don't you? Peace Day never came.
You've been chosen. Now's the time. Do it.
I'd also like to discuss how Conan O'Brien might be involved with the Ruse. First, let's take a look at 1984. The protagonist's name is Winston Smith. The antagonist, O'Brien. O'Brien's first name is never revealed to the reader or viewer. O'Brien is also the one who tricks you into thinking Winston will join a rebellion of some form, but how in the end he was a trap set up by the system, set in place by none other than the ideology of Big Brother. I also wanted to bring that up because the author of the articles I brought up earlier also happened to be written by someone named Brian. As though Brian Ashcraft is O'Brien, working for the Ministry of Truth, attempting to create this 1984 doublethink with the contradicting articles. Perhaps that is his purpose in this ruse. And perhaps that's an indicator that indeed, Conan O'Brien will be yet another player in this ruse, who will flip the story because that's what the party does. A new truth is made, then it is accepted by the masses, and life goes on. This ties into a thing I threw into the intro that I think a lot of people missed. In addition, in many ways, this is comparable to the Orson Welles radio fakeout about aliens on Earth, and how in PT we're told that that was actually the truth. But was it? Or was that just yet another example of how Kojima's been blatantly utilizing 1984 concepts without us originally realizing? In the intro, I included a segment near the end which was the hands in Trailer 4 of DS and Room 101 from 1984 overlaid as a mask. The reason for this, the reason they correlate, is because Room 101 is a room where they say that it's your worst nightmare. In my thought, however, they manipulate all those who enter Room 101 to believe that a rat in a cage is, in fact, their worst nightmare. Because Room 101 is for free thinkers who feel like a rat trapped in a cage. That's exactly what they are in 1984, and that's exactly what Sam, or we, are. Remember, Sam has a fear of touch, which Norman revealed in an interview not too long ago.
You know, what Game of Thrones did and what we did, and what Game of Thrones does now and what we do now, it's all sort of the same as it was, but it's just counted different. So you take a magazine and what they do is they write an interview and they're like, oh man, Walking Dead ratings are down. Then the very next morning will be the same magazine and they'll say, best episode ever. You know, like they write an article for the negative people and they write an article for the positive people. So it's, I don't think that we, 9 seasons into this, should be doing anything based on fear. You know, it's like, it's like Salvador Dali said, I don't do drugs, I am drugs. You know, like, we don't have to worry about pop culture. We are pop culture. You know, we're part of it. So it's. I don't like decisions that are based on fear, and I think this season we're not making decisions based on fear, which it feels like a brand new show. You know.
Can you talk about like the theme of the video game? Like, what's the storyline? Can you talk about any of that, or what kind of character you play? You know,
it's not the kind of game where you like kill everybody in the room. It's a game of bringing people together, and it's how you play it is you're building bridges from here to there, and other people are doing the same, and you connect. And the character that I play he's got this phobia of being touched, and as you play the game, the phobia leaves you, and. Yeah, it's complicated, but once you're in it, it doesn't seem as complicated. But it's constantly surprising you with decisions left and right, and what comes at you, and it's a real it's a brave game, but it's I mean, visually stunning, and the story behind it's a whole nother level of it's not Pac-Man. It's not.
No.
It's not simple, but the philosophy behind it is one that everybody can get.
When's it available? It's in development?
I think it's going to be early this coming year.
This is a manifestation of the rules against intimacy in Orwell's 1984.